Pioneer Sports Complex is Leavenworth Lady Pioneers get ready to take on the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds in a really nice weather game this nice Tuesday afternoon.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day as we have
McKenna Scully on
yep,
the mound.
McKenna Scully on the mound, and it's going to be Cooper number 4 for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds to lead it off. We've seen last game, David. This Leavenworth team, they played well, but just not enough to take down Lansing. They're hoping to turn it around today, bounce back after a loss. As here's the deal from Scully. It will be inside for a strike.
I will say, Mason, I think the biggest key for the Pioneers is making sure that their game supplements each other. You saw in the first game against Lansing, pitching up until that last inning when it kind of fell apart.
That ball is swung to center field. It's going to get past the center fielder as Cooper's going to run into for looks like a double. It's going to be played in a nice double for the leadoff for Cooper for Shawnee Heights. So leadoff double for Shawnee Heights. That's exactly what they were looking for.
I've got to say, though, on that last point, the Pioneers, they really need to supplement each other's game. They really, until the end of that last one when they gave up 3 in the 7th inning, they were in it until the end, but the offense just couldn't get going behind a strong start from McKenna Scully, who's back on the mound today. But then in the second game, they scored 10 runs but still lost because then the pitching just couldn't pick up the bats.
As pitch on Scully is swung on by Ewer. Ewer's second up to bat for Shawnee Heights. That will be the first strike of the at-bat. In Leavenworth today, the pitching 100% has got to be better from the ladies, and I think they've pitched pretty good this year, but it could always be better. Here is the next pitch from Scully. Will be inside the strike zone for the second strike, a 0-2 count. So you were down in the count already. She's going to have to swing if it's a strike.
If Scully can settle into this one, I feel like she really can go a long way. Her longest start of the season in her last appearance, she went the distance.
Good eye there from Ewer as it's down low below the knees for a ball. It'll be a 1-2 count for the second at bat, or sorry, the first at bat, second bat for Ewer.
But again, she's got to get some run support. 0 help last week from the Pioneers in the Tuesday doubleheader.
Here's the deal. Up high and behind it. They will take third. It's going to be down to third. It will be saved. As it seemed the third baseman just wasn't paying attention. Didn't matter. It wasn't going to throw. Was going to get there in time. So Cooper able to steal third after a leadoff double. It'll be a 2-2 pitch to Ewer.
Scully really wants this punch out here. It would be a huge confidence boost.
2-2. It's going to be fouled back into the net. And it's going to be continue to be a 2-2 count. Leavenworth really needs this punch out right here to at least for a chance to get out of this inning stranding a runner on third. Scully deals. That will be up high. It will be a full count.
Interesting looks on the field. Pioneers and Shawnee Heights both wearing white tops today. You need to distinguish between them. The Thunderbirds have the powder blue sleeves and red pants.
It's going to be a horrible day to be a colorblind commentator. The pitch is up high will be a ball. So Ewer will take the base on balls. Not a bad deal from Scully there. I think she just couldn't finish the at-bat. She had her up in the count, 0-2, just couldn't finish the at-bat. Is now up third for Shawnee Heights is going to be Graves.
Already struggling to put batters away. She got ahead of each of the first 2 hitters.
She's been really good in the early at-bat. In the early of the at-bat, she's getting strikes in the zone, but as the later at-bat goes into the at-bat, she's really throwing a lot more balls. This is the second at-bat in a row she started off with a strike down strike zone.
Stolen base from Ewer. Puts runners at second and third with nobody out.
Here's Scully. Be up high for a ball at her head levels. That's what it's the ones where she's trying to catch the top of the strike zone. I think she's getting it too high up there. But I think she's doing fantastic other than that. Here's Scully will now be for a 1-1 count. Runners on second and third. Scully deals. It'll be swung on to the first baseman. It will be caught. There will be one out for Leavenworth. It's going to be Echo Garrison on the catch at first base. So it's huge if you're Leavenworth to get that runner off and now have a chance to strand runners on second and third in this opening inning.
That was an excellent job ranging back to retire the Shawnee catcher. And again, that's a ball that if it gets over Garrison's head, that's probably some runs on the board for the Birds.
Up batting fourth now is be Boyaz for Shawnee Heights. The deals will be outside for a ball. Runners on second and third in scoring position. Cooper reached on a double, was able to steal third, and Ewer with a single able to steal second. The deal by Scully. Swung on the right field. It's going to be back there. Rubenhausen unable to make the catch. He's going to get by her. Shawnee Heights will score 1. Rubenhausen able to get the ball in right field. Shawnee Heights will score 2. And Graves is into third for a triple. Shawnee Heights takes a 2-0 lead.
2 RBIs for Barojas, and Scully, she looked like she was kind of starting to settle in there, but the opposite field power from the Thunderbirds.
And I think if you're in right field, you got to make that catch. It's going to be a tough catch to make, especially with the sun in your eyes, but you got to make it.
Even if you can't get all the way into it, just keeping that ball in front of you would go a long way. Rubenhausen had a little bit of a hard time corralling it after the bobble there.
And up fifth for Shawnee Heights is going to be Fisher, as she faces a 1-0 count to start from the first pitch by Scully. Scully steps and deals. That will be up middle into center field. That will score another run for Shawnee Heights. An RBI single for Fisher. As Humner comes up now, batting 6th, as she's looking to continue to add to this hit parade that's been in this first inning. Only 1 out.
Fisher starting at DH today, and she has done her job, getting a base knock in her first debut as the designated hitter.
Here's the pitch to Humner will be a strike. See, Scully's been really good in the early at bat. It's just later in the at bat, she struggled to punch him out.
And at the end of the day, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. She's
100%.
really got to work on putting people away.
Here is the 0-1 pitch from Scully. She'll step and throw. Will be down in the dirt. Will be a 1-1 count. Runner on first. Humner up at bat. The 6th at batter, 1 out for Leavenworth. One pitch for Scully. Will be swung on and fouled back into the net. It'll be a 1-2 pitch. Runner on first, as Leavenworth hopefully going to try to double him up here and get out of the inning. Scully sets on the mound. Sends it. They'll be swung on to left field. Going to get down. A runner will advance to second and a single for Humner. And it's been a hit parade so far in this first inning.
Already 5 base runners early on for the Thunderbirds. Only one of them got on via the walk.
As here is Breeze batting 7th for Shawnee Heights. Runners on first and second.
To Scully's credit, she's done a good job at pounding the zone, getting contact. Problem is, her defense just hasn't been able to make the plays they need to.
That ball swung on and fouled off to the right. I think Leavenworth here, you're in a chance to create a double play and only get out with giving up 3 runs, and you've batted well all year. So at this point, I'd say just try to turn this for 2 if you can. Scully sets on the mound, sends the pitch, will be outside. I don't think Scully likes that call at all. She definitely thought that one caught the edge of the strike zone. This would be a Scully sets on the mound, sends it, will be up high.
This is a huge at-bat for the Pioneers. With runners on first and second already, the last thing you want to do is walk the left fielder and have a runner in scoring position, or 2 runners in scoring position, rather.
Pitch that will be fouled off. That will fill the count. And if you're Scully here, you want to punch her out really, really bad. Really, really bad, you want to punch her out here. Scully deals to Breeze. Will be in the dirt.
She thought about it, but able to hold back on the changeup.
Excuse the last call. Now it is a full count.
Scully looking for the put-away pitch. Breeze at the plate. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the top of the first.
Scully steps in, deals. Will be swung on and fouled back. I think if there was one strikeout you could get in this inning, it's going to be right here. It seems that Breeze just can't keep up with the speed that Scully's throwing. Scully deals on the full count. Will be up high and a walk, which will load the bases for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds have done a good job at working late into counts. Scully, again, she's gotten ahead of all these hitters. That was another 2-strike count that she just couldn't quite finish off, and with only 1 gone in the inning, Carlson has a chance to really blow this one wide open early.
The first pitch to Carlson is a strike for Scully. She's opened a lot of these at-bats with strikes. But yet, again, as we've seen as it's gone on, it's unable to finish the at bat. But she's done a fantastic job at the early at bats, throwing strikes. As bases loaded here, potential grand slam opportunity for Shawnee Heights. That pitch is swung on and fouled to the right. Will be out of play. As Carlson is now down 2 strikes in the count.
Mason, maybe let's not talk about grand slams for the Thunderbirds. Maybe if we ignore it, it won't happen.
Well, you know, sometimes if you speak it into existence, it won't happen. You never know. Maybe it's a jinx. We'll definitely see, though. Here's the pitch for Scully. Up high. Will be a ball.
Bottom of the order for the Thunderbirds, trying to keep up with the early hitters we've seen this inning. They've done a good job at just keeping the line moving.
It's going to be a 1-2 pitch. Scully up in the count. Sends it down the strike zone. Will punch her out. There's the first strikeout for Scully today. And like I was saying, she's been really good at the start of the at-bats, and she had to finish them. She just finished that one there.
2 gone in the inning. Pioneers looking for an escape, if you could even call it that. 3 runs already surrendered, but McKenna Scully is looking to minimize the damage.
It's going to be Harrigan batting 9th for Shawnee Heights. Scully deals. Will be up high. Another ball. Be a 2-0 count. Scully back on the mound. Down. That will be swung on. Be a 2-1 in the count now. Scully trying to get back into this at bat. Already down 2 pitches, throwing balls to start it off. Scully with the bases loaded knows the pressure she's in right now, has to get this out. Scully deals. Will be a strike, and that'll be the inning.
Excellent job putting her away there, Mason. You know, she didn't let the moment get too big. And while the Pioneers are down, McKenna Scully able to keep the damage at a minimum.
Leavenworth sees 9 batters. 3 of them score for Shawnee Heights in the top of the first. We are back here at the Pioneer Sports Complex in Leavenworth, Kansas, first city of Kansas. And as the great Cubs legend Ernie Johnson said, it's a beautiful day for ball, David. Got a nice cup of iced tea. The sun's out. Leavenworth trails 3 out of Shawnee Heights. Your deals will be a ball to start it off. Kendall Diven will start us off here for Leavenworth. Number 6 will be.
She's starting at third today, Mason, and she has looked really good at the hot corner early on this season. But right now, she's needed to produce at
That ball, the ground ball to left to third, will be thrown to first, will be an out. Devin unable to outrun the throw.
5-3 putout retires the first batter for the Pioneers. Kylie Simpson, she's been starting lower down in the lineup, but Sloan trying to mix things up after poor performance against Lansing. And she's brought her junior all the way up to the 2-hole here, hoping to get maybe a few more RBIs from the top of the order.
Kylie Simpson batting second behind Kendall Diven. I think it's a perfect place to put her, behind a good bat behind Kendall Diven, as that will be 2 strikes to start at the count. So a swing and a miss, and a ball in the strike zone to start the count. Lucy Pennington waits on deck.
And I think that might also be a little bit of Coach Sloan's thought process.
There's a down ball straight up the middle, 2-back to the pitcher, over to first, and that will be 2 outs, 2 ground outs to start it off for Leavenworth as they get a explosive bat coming into the box here in Lucy Pennington. But like we said, Kylie Simpson at second, at batting second behind Kendall Divin and right in front of a good bat like Lucy Pennington. If you can just get her on base, Lucy's able. We know the power Lucy has, so it's not a bad idea to just get one of your one of your juniors up there in early. Because here's the pitch to Pennington. We'll be outside for a ball.
Pennington has been the star of the show for the Pioneers early on. She had a grand slam in the doubleheader sweep against Atchison, and really she's someone that, if I'm being honest, Mason, if I'm on the Thunderbirds, I'm not giving her anything to hit.
As the second pitch is inside the zone for a strike, will be a 1-1 pitch. I think this pitcher knows exactly how dangerous the batter is in front of her.
Good job painting the corners. You got to wonder when Pennington will see something she likes.
Pitch is swung on, looking for a bunt. Will not go. Will be a strike.
Ellenberg not in the lineup today for the Thunderbirds. She is an exclusive pitcher.
Back on the mound on the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled.
Popped up back our way.
Maybe we'll catch a ball today. Who knows? I think that'd be very bad. A lot of expensive stuff on the table.
I mean, maybe if we had a press box, they'd be able to hit one back there, but Ellenberg looking for the put-away pitch here.
Pitch is swung on up the middle. Pennington's got to run. Will be out first. So 3 groundouts for Leavenworth to start off the game.
They're making contact.
And eventually, once that contact will produce into base hits eventually.
No runs on no hits and no errors. We will go to the top of the second.
All right, we are back here. We'll start of the second inning. Leavenworth versus Shawnee Heights. Shawnee Heights scores 3 in the first. Leavenworth still with nothing, not even able to get a runner on. As Scully will deal to start the second inning, will be a strike, keeping the trend up of opening at bats with a strike.
63 degrees on this brisk April evening.
Doesn't get much better than this in April. Good softball game in front of us. Scully deals. Will be another strike. She's been very good to get in front of the counts early, hoping to put away Cooper as we are back to the top of the lineup.
Both
Shawnee Heights.
Both sides have started the season strong.
Well,
Pioneers coming into this one 4-2. Shawnee Heights 3-2. But I think this game and several others in conference play will really show who the real contenders are and who are the pretenders.
100% as Scully deals on a 1-2 pitch up high. Will be a 2-2 pitch. I think she's had trouble. She's had trouble with the third pitch a lot. It's just trying to get that pitch into the strike zone, but not where she can hit it. I think she's struggled with the third pitch a lot so far today.
I think she's also got to avoid psyching herself out, Mason. Because oftentimes when you get into counts, when you get into at-bats, that one just missed. When you get deep into at-bats, all the pressure is on you, and you just try to lock in with your catcher to get that put-away pitch. Doesn't always come as naturally as you'd like it to.
And the full count will be a walk. And if you're Scully, you cannot get inside your head. You got to stay calm on the mound. Can't get frustrated. It's been a tough start, but you got to turn it around. I think that was a fantastic start to this inning. You were up 2 in the count. Now just punch this one out.
Third walk to just 2 strikeouts in the second frame. Scully's got to get that number down a little bit.
Scully deals it'll be a bunt, will be fouled off. So now you're Leavenworth, you're expecting possibly another bunt attempt, so the catcher better be on her toes here, ready to make a play to first. Shawnee Heights trying to advance the runner from first. They've done a good job stealing today. As Scully on the mound. 0-1 pitch. It will be inside the strike zone for a strike. Now again, she's up 0-2 in the count again. And what we've noticed, it's been the third pitch that's kind of been wild and hasn't been able to find the strike zone. We'll see if she can punch her out here with the runner on first. Scully deals. Will be swung on up the middle. Scully's able to get. They could turn this for two. Will not. It will be a base hit for Ewer. So Ewer and Cooper both able to reach on their first two at bats. Graves in her last at bat popped up to first base, hoping to improve upon that. As runner on first and second in the top of the second.
Scully's getting weak contact. The infielders on the diamond just haven't really been able to turn those choppers into outs. And that includes herself as well, as she just couldn't quite come up with the liner.
Second pitch will be swung on and fouled back. Again, she finds herself up 0-2 in the count.
That one all the way at the top of the net. It nearly got out of there and could have given someone a concussion.
I'm telling you, David, we're going to catch one today. As Scully ready to deal in an 0-2 count, hoping to punch her out with runners on first and second. Scully, 0-2 count, runners on first and second. Pitches it, will be swung on into the gap in right field. That will score at least one. Graves will round first into second, and a runner will score from first. And Graves, who pops out in her first at bat, able to hit a fantastic hit into the gap in right and score two runners for an RBI double. So it brings the Shawnee Heights lead up to 5-0 with a runner on second, no outs in the top of the second inning.
Shawnee Heights has just stuck to the fundamentals here. Every at bat, it feels like they keep on falling behind as well, but just battling, and then when you do get contact, when you do get a clean hit on the barrel, it always feels good at the plate.
Borhoyas are now up for Shawnee Heights. Scully deals, will be swung on, will get past the first baseman, going to get past the outfielder. She will score, as this might be an RBI triple for Borhoyas. And if you're Leavenworth, what's got to change now that you're down 6-0?
Well, I think you just gotta chip into this one little bite at a time. I mean, when you're down by 6 early, I mean, it sucks to be down as early as you are, but you just gotta keep yourself contained. You gotta keep your head in the game, and the advantage to it being so early is that they do have time, especially with the bats they've got in the lineup. Due up for the Pioneers in the next inning, we will have Scully, Ormsby, and Bachman, and they are people who can definitely make good contact when they're on. So again, you just gotta try to claw your way back into this one. You can't let it get to you too much.
Scully 0-2 in the count, looking to punch her out in 3 strikes. Will be fouled off to the left side. Chopper, as it's like Shawnee Heights has done. They've hit a lot of balls into the outfield today, but it's been a lot of ground choppers up the middle or to first base or one to second, and I think they just have not done a good job throwing it across the diamond. As Scully looks to punch her out here on the 0-2 count. Punch is swung on straight to short. Pennington will throw out the first. We'll get her. That will score a run. So a sacrifice to score a run makes it now 7-0 for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. But Leavenworth able to get the first out of the inning. Scully on the mound, now facing Hunger. Will send it up high. Will be a ball to start off the count.
Correction to the scoreboard. Pioneers in this one not at 5-3 but 4-2. 5-3 is the current baseball record, and you can watch that game right here on PTV. That will be starting at 6:30.
2-0 in the count to start it off for Scully.
I will be doing play-by-play for that one alongside Brennan Spalding.
Scully steps and deals. Will be swung on. That is deep into the gap in left field. Will be caught by the center fielder, Chloe Bachman, able to make the play in center. That is a fantastic play to get now 2 outs for the Pioneers.
That ball hung up there a long time. Excellent job by Bachman, able to just stay within herself, watch it all the way into her mitt, and then she put her body on the line there, kind of laid out on the warning track. But keeping another bird off the bases, definitely a solid defensive performance for the Pioneer center fielder.
Is Breeze now up as she takes a ball to open the count? As they're hoping to get Breeze on base. The pitch by will be straight right down to Pennington. It will be a routine throw to first. That will be the third out of the inning. Leavenworth gives up some runs. It will be 7-0 heading into the bottom of the second. Leavenworth hoping to get the bats hot. Chop down in this lead. We're back here in Leavenworth. Leavenworth trails 7-0 in the bottom of the second.
Scully at the plate now. Ormsby, Bachman on deck, and then if it gets that far, Miller, Rubenhausen, and Garrison waiting in the hole.
Here's the pitch. Will be outside. Scully not been hesitant to swing, and they had bats so far. They've been not good looks for a good eye. Deals in the dirt. 2 balls in the count. If there's any Pioneer students out there listening, make sure you go get the Leavenworth High School yearbook. Yearbooks are on sale. They are running. Make sure you get that yearbook. Pitch is on. Swung on. Good look there. Scully with an excellent swing, just unable to make contact. And now 2-2 count.
You gotta think she's due. She's struggled from the plate a little bit.
Ellenberg deals will be a 3-2 full count. So Scully, you might want to be a little patient here. Ellenberg had been a tough time finding the zone. The 2 balls that she has struck on and one swung on. Ellenberg deals will be fouled off to the left side.
Way to stay
Watch
alive.
out. Rod almost got hit there. We can't have the trainer get hit. What would you do in that situation? The trainer getting hurt.
I think I would pray.
Not much else you could do. Ellenberg on the mound looking to punch out Scully. Swung on and will be the third strike of the at-bat.
4 up, 4 down early on. And Ellenberg has been lights out. Pioneers have had no answer. Sadie Ormsby looking to change that now. She is starting at catcher today.
Batting fifth for Leavenworth, hoping to get the bat, to get the hits going for Leavenworth. Ellenberg will get a strike to open the at-bat. Ormsby in her first at-bat of the game in second. Ellenberg has pitched a fantastic game for these first 2 innings so far. Leavenworth up high and outside for a ball pitch. Ormsby at bat, Chloe Bachman in on deck. And Miller in the hole to get that ball. That will be down low for a ball. Ellenberg, like I said in the last at bat, she's had a tough time finding the strike zone. Though she's had a fantastic start, she's had a tough time finding the strike zone here. As Ellenberg steps and deals. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Will be out of play.
7-0 Heights here in the bottom of the second. Leavenworth looking to chip away at an early deficit. Mason, they really have just looked outmatched today.
Ellenberg deals. Ormsby fouled off yet again. Ormsby making contact, though, you got to wonder, is one of these pitches thrown, if Orm's going to make get enough contact to maybe find a base here. Sends it. Will be a strikeout as Bachman comes up. Miller head to the on deck and Ruhausen in the hole.
Back-to-back Ks to start the frame, and another one bites the dust for LV. Chloe Bachman looking to get the Lady Pioneers rolling here. Her first debut of the ballgame.
Ellenberg deal swung on, strike one.
She has looked excellent from the field with that incredible catch at the warning track last inning in the top of the second. But now she's looking to produce at the plate.
Ellenberg deals. Way down low into the so one ball, one strike. Start off this at bat.
Bachman in the right-handed batter's box. She's started several games on the mound so far this year, but she's out for the season as a pitcher. Still looking. Sorry.
You're good. Ellenberg unable to find the zone there. But like you said earlier, Ellenberg, who has thrown a lot of balls in early at-bats, it's not how you start, it's about how you finish. She started off both two starting at-bats with 2 balls, was able to K him in the end, as that will be a strike, 2-2 pitch. But like you said, she started off struggling, but she ends off striking him out. So it's not how you start, it's about how you finish. Ellenberg has done a fantastic job on the mound today.
Bachman trying to channel the summer with her bomb pop bat, looking to send a bomb herself. Instead, she gets blown away.
Ellenberg will strike out all 3 batters swinging in that inning.
No runs on no hits, no errors. Shawnee Heights, Ellenberg striking out the side, and we will go to the top of the third.
Welcome back into Leavenworth High School at the Pioneer Sports Complex. We get ready for the third inning. Shawnee Heights leads 7-0. No change on the mound for Leavenworth. Scully will start it in the third. She deals it. Will be a strike to start off.
McKenna Scully is Coach Sloan's girl. She wants her to work as deep into these games as she can, and she has a lot of trust. Nobody up in the pen right now.
Scully slaps and deals. Little slaps on that one will find the dirt. Felt like she kind of let up on that as she was throwing the pitch.
Changeup did not fool Carlson. The third baseman looking to make contact.
They will check the swing there. Scully, 2 balls now in this at bat. Be a 2-1 count.
Shawnee Heights, 7-run lead, built up by a 3-run first inning and 4 runs in the top of the second.
Scully deals. That one is swung onto the right side. Ruhausen going to get it down for a single as Carlson able to get a single right there for Shawnee Heights. As Ruhausen now a second time. She has been unable to make the play in right field.
Harrison stepping up to the dish now. She is the lone member of the Thunderbird lineup not to reach base so far. Scully trying to keep it that way.
Scully deals to Harrison. Harrison will bunt, will be fouled back.
Over the head of Ormsby there as it got bouncing a little bit in the dirt. Scully in the circle. Checks her wristband. And getting the call from Sloan.
Deals the pitch. Will be another bunt attempt. Will not go.
That one looked like it was over the plate, but Blue deemed it just a bit high.
Able to pull off on that bunt just in time. As you can definitely tell Carlson is ready to steal as soon as that bunt is put down.
Ormsby doing some excellent work behind the plate, as that one will get down.
Scully to first will be there in time. Will be the first out of the at-bat. But they're able to advance the runner into scoring position, and if you're Shawnee Heights, you've swung the bat well at the top of the lineup, so you're able to use the bottom of the lineup, get somebody in scoring position, looking to score yet another run, already up 7-0 in the top of the third. McKenna Scully in the circle.
Cooper back up to the dish. She is 1 for 1, also reached via the walk, and she has scored twice in this one.
That will be a strike. Scully's done a fantastic job again at opening these counts with strikes.
The center fielder at the dish.
McKenna Scully steps and deals. Won't throw. Cooper it was at a really, really nice game.
She thought about it for a sec, but a good eye there. She's already walked once in this ball game. And, you know, good vision leads to good performances.
Scully deals the pitch outside. And really, really good eye so far from Cooper. She walked in her first at bat and now looking to possibly get walked again.
Scully has got to just put the ball in the zone and trust the girls behind her.
That pitch is swung on up the middle. Will not make the play by Scully. Over to second base. Will be close.
Just in time.
Wow. That was a very, very close call.
Runner will go to third. 2 gone in the inning now, and Scully looking to put up her first scoreless frame of the ball game.
Sacrifice is off the table for Shawnee Heights, so you got to get at least a single here to score this runner on third.
Well, Mason, normally I'd like that situation, but the girl at the plate, she already has 1 single today, and along with an RBI. She's also walked and stolen a base. So she has been running circles around the Pioneer infield.
This would be really good for Scully's confidence. She's able to strand a runner on third here. Pitching against, they'll be up high, will be a ball. Thunderbirds be able to get down there and check the runner on third yet again.
2-0 count to the Thunderbird shortstop.
Deals for Scully will be out of the zone yet again. Another ball. Carlson waiting on third base, looking for possibly a chance to score. As Ewer be up high, Will Walker.
4-pitch walk keeps the inning alive for the Thunderbirds. And now the catcher steps up to the plate for the powder and red.
Last time up for Graves, she blasted one to the gap and right. Was able to score 2 runs off it. So if you're McKenna Scully here, you know the power that this catcher is hitting with right now. So be safe on these pitches here. Scully will deal. The first pitch will be in the zone and a strike. Ormsby a fantastic job at making the runner back onto the base.
Second steal of the ballgame for Ewer. She has provided all of the base running offense for the Birds.
Scully will deal. Will be swung on. Will get past the third base and will score another run. A runner will come in. Never mind, she'll stop at third and a double for Graves. So Graves pops out in the first inning, but every at-bat since, she has found a way to get on.
Doubles in back-to-back innings, and Graves has done just such a good job at putting the ball in play for extra base hits. 8-run lead for the Thunderbirds now.
Carlson, who was battling at the 8th position, is scored in by the third batter, Graves, as Scully and Bahoyas had a really nice bat in the last outing.
Leavenworth has gotten a bit of a reality check early on in UKC play. Mason, they started the season 4-0 with a average run total of 18 runs a game. But, you know, when you get to schedule your own matchups, stuff like that can happen. Since beginning conference play, they're 0-2 and are in real danger of falling to 0-3.
That pitch is swung on to left field, will not be made a play, and that will score 2 runners. As Bahoyas yet again able to find an RBI in an at-bat. Piggybacking off of what you said about the UKC, is Shawnee Heights now leads 10-0. Every sport that we've played in this year, the UKC has been the league in 5A that has ran everything. So it has not changed in softball. It has not changed in baseball. It's been a UKC all around in 5A. As Scully deals. Will be inside the zone for a strike.
Well, again, just look across the other sports, especially football. You saw all the way into the state quarterfinals. You had Leavenworth and Baser battling it out.
Yeah, Baser made it to the state championship.
I suspect that if the Pioneers hadn't gotten that scheduling matchup, they could have made a deeper run if they hadn't run into a fellow UKC opponent.
100% bet. Beating an opponent once is a tough task. Doing it twice is an even more tough task.
Oh, of course. All credit to the Bobcats.
That pitch is swung on. We'll find the center field as they're going to score yet another run, a single for Fisher. She scores an RBI for Bajoyas, who scores from second. Still sending nobody to the bullpen. Another pitcher has given up 12 runs in this game. We'll see how long Coach Sloan is willing to keep this up before she moves for a different pitcher. But Sloan has no movement yet to send somebody to the bullpen.
11-run ball game early. Reminder, if the Thunderbirds can send it up to 15, put 4 more on the ledger, this game will be shortened as early as this inning. But if we make it to 5, the Pioneers can't climb back into this one will be over via the run rule. Something that, quite frankly, you never want to have happen to you.
100%, but we knew coming into this game that Shawnee Heights softball team, they're tough. Their bats are hot, and you can see that today. Most of the girls have been able to find the bases. Scully will deal to Humner. Swung on will be a strike. Runners on first base as Leavenworth trails 11-0 in the top of the first. 2 outs. Scully hoping to punch this batter out. That punch will be swung on to first base. Garrison will not make the catch. It will be a foul ball called by the home plate umpire.
Not happy with that one is Humner. Maybe let's not tell Blue, but I think that one might have been inside the chalk there. Pioneers catch a break with 2 gone in the inning. The count will continue. At the end of the day, though, Mason Scully's not going to complain with that result. It's just a rather dramatic strike.
It swung on straight back to Scully. We'll get to Pennington, though. We'll go to first. We'll get her out.
Good dig by Garrison. Low throw from Pennington. Not too much for the Pioneer first baseman. Mason, we got to get the bats going.
Yes, Shawnee Heights bats are hot. Leavenworth, the bats are cold. They're hoping to heat them up. Leavenworth trails 11-0. We head to the bottom of the third.
Bottom of the order due up for the Pioneers. They currently trail by 11 in the early goings, but this one's not over yet.
Here's the deal. Will be swung on into center. We'll get a base hit finally. Leavenworth able to get the no-hitter off the board as Shawnee Heights was pitching a no-hitter through those first 3 innings, but Leavenworth finally able to find the bases.
Forget the no-hitter. They just broke up a perfect game.
Yeah, excuse me.
6 up, 6 down to start it, but now Leavenworth has a little bit of life for the blue and white.
Ramsey Rubhausen hopefully trying to find a base hit as well. Get 2 ladies on with Echo Garrison, who will round out the lineup for Leavenworth. She's on deck.
This is Rubenhausen's first start of the year at the plate. She has been a designated fielder in right field, but hopefully trying to provide a bit of a spark.
Field a second will be caught.
And just as quickly as they got that first base runner, the Pioneers lose it. And
whoa,
it looks like we're having a bit of an appeal. umpires having a conversation, she might not have made a clean tag there.
So there's a possibility that Leavenworth could end up on third base here, depending on what the call is from the umpires.
Do we potentially have a balk? I'm trying to figure out what went on. I didn't see any early motion from Ellenberg.
They will send her back to second.
And the Pioneers, after a bit of confusion, get
a successful steal.
First out of the inning erased. Instead, the Pioneers have a runner in scoring position with nobody gone.
Yeah, Leavenworth, that is a big break to catch right there. And now they're hoping now with the runner in scoring position, as we're going to have a conversation between the Shawnee Heights coach and the ump.
Another conversation between
with the video replay here, I don't think you can overturn the call already made. I think.
Mason, what exactly did you see on that call? I think the conversation going on here is, did Elizabeth Miller try to steal, or was it just an attempt to move up on the dropped pitch?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. I think it definitely, she did not look like she was running full speed, so it looked like to move up on the drop pitch.
And they're gonna say that she wasn't stealing. It looked like she was going to me, but that may have just been a long lead.
To me, it did not look like she was running full speed trying to steal. It looked like she was just trying to take second, as the pitch now to Rubhausen will be swung on, and that will be a strikeout for Renz Rubhausen as Echo Garrison comes up now. Kendall Diven on deck. So if Garrison can get on deck, get on base here, you have a really, really good bat, and Kendall Diven on deck.
Fourth time retiring Pioneer batter for the starting pitcher on the Shawnee Heights side. Ellenberg, 4 Ks, and she has retired 7 of 8 early on. Garrison trying to give the Pioneers some run support.
As that will be a ball to Echo Garrison batting ninth, as Leavenworth will finally round out their rotation of all 9 batters. 1 hit through 9 batters for the Pioneers.
11-0. Shawnee Heights trying to match the Pioneer win total. Leavenworth at 4-2, but they have not yet tallied a win in conference play.
There's definitely some weaker opponents in the UKC. You can pick some wins up, as Ellenberg will be fouled off right back to us. So there's definitely some weaker opponents you can get wins on, but you got to win these big games too, the ones against the better team, if you want to have a chance in the postseason, which we've seen from a lot of our teams, basketball, football. Those guys were able to find success even against the good teams. Were able to make a run in the playoffs, and I think that's what needs to happen here for the Pioneer Lady Pioneer softball teams. That's up high for a ball to Echo Garrison.
Yeah, there will be some good games later on the season. Mason, do you think Turner will be a good matchup for us?
I think everybody wants to talk about Turner because their football team's so bad. Their other sports are pretty good. Their basketball team, as Echo Garrison, will take first base on a walk. But like I said, Turner, their football team isn't the best, but there's other sports. They are pretty darn good. That soccer team, the basketball team, they're no joke.
We beat their basketball team in girls 68-4.
That is fouled off outside of play.
That could be a favorable matchup if we're going by girls' athletics.
I think, don't want to throw any hate towards the Turner Bears, but there could be a little bit better talent over there.
If you want to see the Pioneers put some wins on the board, that's definitely one you'll want to tune into.
Everybody knows the UKC. It's all about Turner and Topeka West. Supposed to be easy games, but we won't go there today. But Kendall Diven was able to make contact, but was fouled off.
0 for 1 on the day. She grounded out to the Shawnee Heights third baseman.
Ellen sends it. Will go to the shortstop. Will make a catch. Goes back to 1. Will be out. They call it out at 1. So Shawnee Heights able to escape the inning with 2 runners on. Leavenworth trails 11-0.
Leavenworth gets doubled up. Those are the mistakes you cannot make, Mason. Especially there. It's just so frustrating to see plays like that.
It will be McKenna Scully heading back to the mound in the 4th inning. Leavenworth trails 11-0.
Scully back to deal for the Pioneers. Due up for the Thunderbirds. Breeze, Carlson, and Harrison looking to extend a Thunderbird lead. I mean, I'm just going to say this one is shaping up to be a blowout.
Yeah, but I think in the sport of I think just sport of baseball and softball, anything can happen. One swing of the bat can change a game. But if you're Leavenworth, in order to change this game, you're going to have to be a little bit better defensively. And I think they had struggled with that throughout this one. As Scully gets ready for the opening at bat of the inning, it'll be up high and the ball.
I think the beauty of the game for me, Mason, is that it's the only clockless sport. Shawnee Heights, they can't just go out there and take a knee. They can't force Leavenworth to foul them out until the buzzer, as that won't go over towards the baseball field.
And somebody's going to get a souvenir softball. Not really. We're going to have to take that back.
But the Pioneers, except on the Shawnee side, you don't want to get lazy because until you record, well, the 21st out, or depending on how the run rule goes, the 15th out, as that one is bobbled.
As an error by the pitcher will allow a runner to get right into first base. So the first error of the game is for the pitcher McKenna Scully, and I think those are just a testament of how this game's gone for Leavenworth. Just it's not been they've played bad. It's just mistakes, and mistakes will hurt you in the end. And we've seen that again. I think from all sports in Leavenworth, is mistakes will hurt you in the end.
First error of the ball game committed by the Leavenworth defense. They have had several plays where maybe if they really just like pressed balls a little bit better, then they could have gotten batters retired. But the first legitimate error, that would have been the first out of the inning for the blue and white.
Noticing throughout this game, Ormsby has been much better at popping up, getting ready for the steal that Shawnee Heights is trying to do all day. As Scully will deal another ball. But I think if you're at Shawnee Heights, you're up enough where I don't think the bunting is necessary anymore, especially since Scully has walked the majority of your batters. So I think at this point, just let her walk you. If you're Shawnee Heights, don't have to swing the bat much. They'll be outside for another ball. As Ormsby is light on her feet, just ready for a steal if it happens.
Breeze at first. Carlson in the batter's box. She will watch one go by for ball 4. Shawnee Heights has 2 on and nobody out.
Now, if you're Leavenworth, you gotta sort of do what Shawnee Heights did, is try to double these girls up, get both of them off the base and one at bat.
You have the defense behind you. I would say, Mason, if I am in that dugout calling pitches, I think what I'm doing is pitch her inside as much as possible.
As here is Harrelson gonna go down to first base. Will be an error at first. They will score off a bunt, and Leavenworth is going to trail a 12-0. So a bunt should be a routine play to first. The player on first not able to catch it, and it gets past her. An easy score for Shawnee Heights as Cooper back up, and she's had a really nice game leading off for Shawnee Heights.
Second error of the inning brings another one home for the Birds.
Scully steps and deals, will be up high for a ball.
Runners at the corner.
As they will yet again get another steal. Harrison able to get into second. There's Ormsby, who was really, really quick in that last at bat at trying to stop steals, not able to get it that time. As Scully steps and deals, will be up high for yet another ball.
I think the Pioneers have just played an incomplete game, if I'm being completely honest, Mason. It feels that when they're really locked in on one thing, like controlling the base running and managing the people on the pond, they tend to lose focus on more simple plays like bunt attempts or ground balls. But then when they do get really locked in on the batter at hand, they just seem to get lazy and let Thunderbirds run circles around them on the base paths.
Yeah, McKenna Scully, I think it starts off with the pitching. You got to at least get a couple strikeouts. But it's been get up in the count, and she's either walked them or given up a base hit, as there's another pitch up high for another ball. So you get another walk. And if you're Coach Sloan, are you going to continue to allow your pitcher to embarrass herself on the mound?
I mean, who else do you got in the bullpen? If you look back down there, I mean, you don't want to dip in to Pennington. She's already scheduled to start game 2. Bachman is off the table after a season-ending injury. and the Pioneers, they don't really have too many options left. You look down there to the dugout, unless you want to shuffle around some of your fielders, who are you going to go to? V-Hill?
100% I agree with that, but that is pitch is swung on and deep into the right field gap will score another run. As the runner will round third, it will be another score, and they will step up, will hold off at third. 2 runs in on that RBI double.
14-0 ball game for the Birds. If
Top of the
they
fourth.
if they put one more up, then the Pioneers will be at risk of falling to the run rule.
As if you're McKenna Scully, I think any confidence you had is 100% gone now. She's got to just stay in it, just try to put this game behind her and just get ready for the next one. I think this one, unfortunate the way it went, but you got to get ready for this next one. McKenna Scully steps, deals up high, will be a ball. They started. As it sounds like the boys' baseball game has begun behind us as McKenna Scully swung on. Graves will foul it to the left. Baseball game coming up right after this, 6 o'clock p.m. here in Leavenworth, Kansas. Leavenworth Pioneer baseball team will take on the Shawnee Heights baseball team. Make sure to catch David for the call on that one. As McKenna Scully will deal, pitch swung on and fouled back.
Well, Mason, I'm hoping the boys will give me a little bit more love than the varsity softball team has given you today on the play-by-play.
It's fine.
14-0 ball game. Nobody out in the inning. The Thunderbirds are just pouring it on.
Ladies just need to bounce back from this one as Scully deals it. Will be up the middle. Routine play for Pennington to first. Will be dropped. Another error from first base.
Two more coming across.
Another score and everything going wrong for the Pioneers.
That one will be the third error of the inning. And Mason, although for the most part the Pioneers, everything had seemed to be going wrong, at least their defense had been making the routine plays. That's something that cannot be said for this inning.
Yeah. I think you've struggled in right field today, letting balls get past you. You haven't made plays at first base, and the pitcher has struggled to punch out batters. And when you look at all that today, that's going to, when it all comes together, you're not going to have a complete game. And if you want to win a game like this against a team like this, you're going to have a complete game. Everybody's going to have to be the top of their game. And I think Leavenworth just wasn't that today. I think in the second game, they'll probably have a better chance that they're warmed up and getting a look as Scully will deal. Will be in the zone for a strike. Runner on first.
16 have come across, 5 in this inning, and Leavenworth is still looking to retire their first batter of the frame. We are in the top of the fourth. Shawnee Heights up 16-0.
Pennington will try and double him up here. She will get the lead runner, though. No, Shawnee Heights will be unable to get in the scoring position by the heads-up play by the senior Lucy Pennington.
Pennington already has an offer at St. Mary's. She's actually committed, so she will be playing softball past high school. And right now, in this game, she seems to be the only one who's lived up to that hype on the Pioneer side.
Because that will be low and inside for a ball. As McKenna Scully trying to keep her head up and just finish this one out.
Leavenworth has sent 10 to the plate on the hitting side. Only one base hit along with a walk, but that rally last minute.
Into the gap in right field, and yet again, Leavenworth gives up a big swing as that will be to the cutoff plan and end to third and a double.
But Leavenworth, that lone rally they had, getting a few base runners on in the bottom of the third, got erased by Echo Garrison getting doubled up on the 6-3 putout. So even when Leavenworth has started to get a little bit of steam, it just hasn't really amounted to anything.
Scully, that pitch is fouled up. A possible play for Divin. She will make it. Leavenworth will find their first out of the inning. And those are the plays that you are hoping to see more of if you're Leavenworth, hoping that Shawnee Heights will just pop a couple more up, get some free outs here as Kendall Divin makes a nice play at third. McKenna Scully now with one out in the inning. Just get this side retired and just...
Correction, 2 gone.
2 gone, my apologies. McKenna Scully will send it, be up high for a ball. Yes, I think we may have spaced Lucy Pennington's heads-up play at second base. earlier in the inning.
Shawnee Heights has already batted around. They still have runners on second and third.
The pitch swung on to the right field gap yet again. That has been the sweet spot for the Thunderbirds today. It's been that right field gap. Just where I think most of the runs have come from today is just blasting a ball into the right field gap. The outfielders there not able to get to the ball in time, allowing Shawnee Heights to score multiple runs on those hits. As Carlson now up for Shawnee Heights, a runner on first.
She's looking to reach base for the second time in this inning alone. Mason, I can only wonder what Scully's ERA is going to balloon to after this one. 17 runs in 4 innings is not pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you have no
reliable options behind
I
it.
understand you have no pitchers left, but how long are you going to let this just go on the pit? I mean, it's just embarrassment at this point.
Well, they call it the mercy rule for a reason, and we may have to accept that gift of grace here in a second.
Because they will call the runner out at third.
Dancing around down there, and we will head to the bottom of the fourth. The Pioneers' last chance to extend this ball game. They currently trail 17-0 here in the first city.
We are back in Leavenworth, Kansas, in the bottom of the fourth. As Kylie Simpson, number 16, the junior, will step up to bat for Leavenworth Pioneers.
She's 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to Ellington in the first inning. Now trying to get on base here in the fourth.
I mean, in Ellenberg, you've given up 2 runs. You've given up 2 hits today for Leavenworth. Other than that, you've thrown a really, really complete game, as that will be inside the zone for a strike. So a ball and a strike to start it off for Ellenberg. She's pitched the entire game as long, and so has McKenna Scully.
And Mason, you really want to try to work your way back into a game like this, but
that pitch is swung on. Simpson able to find a base hit to left field, and there we go. That's what we were talking about. Is you put a junior right in front of a good bat like Lucy Pennington, and now you have a chance to possibly score a run here with a bat like Lucy Pennington's up to bat.
RBI opportunity for the SMU commit. As that one,
as that will be limited to third, will not double him up. Safe at first, Pennington.
Fielder's choice sends Simpson back to the dugout. 1 gone.
Yeah, better to take off that lead runner, eliminate the scoring chance, and keep Pennington at first as McKenna Scully, who has pitched now at the bat. They'll be up, and as Pennington looks for possibly steal, will head back to first.
Dancing around. I mean, honestly, normally I like a little bit of fun base running, but when you're down as much as we are, you can't be doing stuff like that.
Oh, no. As Pennington will go, she was held up at between first and second, will not be able to again.
If you keep doing that, the only person you're disrespecting is yourself.
100%. Are you that steal or you stay home? McKenna Scully. As that pitch is swung on up for a pop fly to right field, will be caught.
Pennington stays put. 2 gone.
As now up is Sadie Holmes. She is caught. She's been catching all 4 runs for the Pioneers. Has done a pretty good job behind the plate.
Last hope for Leavenworth from the dish. The run rule would be triggered with an out here from Ellington.
That pitch is swung on to right field. Will that do it? It will. The Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds in dominant fashion.
17-0, and Shawnee Heights will take the first leg of the doubleheader. Mason, what do you think the Pioneers need to work on before they come back out here tonight?
100%. I think you need to work on punching out batters. I think they struggle with that a lot. You're getting up in the count
it's really just the unforced errors on both sides. When you're trying to put runs on the board and when you're trying to keep runs off. We saw Leavenworth get a little bit of offense going a little bit later into this contest, but you can't let them double you up like that, especially on infield flies. A lesson that Garrison cruelly learned in the third inning. And then on the defensive side, again, they played a relatively clean game despite surrendering several runs, but in the fourth inning, it kind of fell apart with 3 errors coming across. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we were scheduled to call the first leg, but we decided we were going to call the second leg. As I think if Leavenworth will start on the mound in the second leg, will be Lucy Pennington on the mound for Leavenworth. So you're going to take that bat and you're going to put her on the mound now, hoping to find some more success. I think Leavenworth in the second game will be a lot closer, depending on how good Lucy Pennington is on the mound. Another thing too, first base. We've got to figure out the problems on first base. Limit the errors. That was a big problem. Other thing is the right field gap, like I was talking about with you at the end of the last game. Right field gap. If you're able to just, I think Ramsey let a few balls get past her. She can't allow that in this game at all. You got to be able to make those plays and track those ball downs and not let them chop right past you. But again, the right field gap was a big problem along with the first base errors in the pitching, in my opinion.
Overall, some solid signs to be encouraged by for the Pioneers, but overall, the Thunderbirds find themselves on the winning end of the scorecard, 17-0, as Shawnee Heights takes the first leg of the doubleheader. We will be back in a little bit here on Pioneer Television PTV.